Against the backdrop of the recent development in the global oil market and the effects on the Nigerian economy, stakeholders in the agri sector believe the government diversification talk should be met with action to ensure growth. Institute for Government Research Leadership Technology Award platform had recently brought together investors and entrepreneurs in the various sectors of the economy who got the award. Find out as we report the event. Plus, CED Magazine and Inside Business Africa partner for agri-sector performance as the platform present the 19th and the 9th edition of the award series respectively. We have a report. This is Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Hello, a very good day to you and thanks for joining us. My name is Kenneth Odushola Stevenson and this is Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. I want to say a very big thank you for joining us once again on this exciting journey into the world of business, finance and the economy as we roll down on 2015, preparing ourselves to give you some of the best of information on business, finance and the economy in 2016. And that year actually will mark the 20th edition of the Inside Business Commendation Award. We'll be preparing about that later on. But for today, well, as you may have heard on the highlight, later on the program, we shall be talking about agriculture and the nation's economic prosperity. Stakeholders are talking about this and more when we return. Welcome back. You're still Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Thanks for staying with us. Well, it has been said that agriculture remains one of the best economic opportunities that nations could take to witness economic prosperity. Against the backdrop of the recent happenings, especially in the global oil market, that oil is almost about $30 now. It's about $39 as we speak, and the Nigerian government is actually budgeting below $40 for the 2016 budget. What we need to do to increase the revenue generation for the country remains the fact that we must diversify, and agriculture remains one of the best areas of investment. Stakeholders have been talking about this and also the opportunities available in this important sector of the nation's economy. Here's Inside Business report on this. Agriculture has been described as one of Nigeria's most powerful tools in addressing the challenges of creating more employment, public health, and greater economic growth. The Managing Director of Eliajo Foods Limited, Mrs. Eliajo Peters, and Mr. George Zenge, Managing Director of Value Seeds Limited, stated that given the necessary attention, the sector could actively sustain Nigeria's economy.
Now, Value Seeds is a company incorporated in 2009, and basically what we do is to look at the entire seed value chain, focusing on crops that are highly valued by farmers. For now, we are looking at rice, maize, soybeans, cowpea, and then looking at also beneficial technologies that are contemporary that we will bring to farmers. We have been around since 2009, and we have continued to avail value to farmers across the country.
Foods Nigeria Limited came into existence as a full-time business in April 2012 after I resigned from my paid employment in the bank. And the reason for Eliajo Foods Nigeria Limited for its existence is that we decided to go into agriculture to address the well-being of the Nigerian populace and the world eventually, and look at large. Working on food security, providing employment for our youth, and empowering our women and men farmers alike. Eliajo Foods is into the production of natural healthy rice and other food items. We run our factories in Kogi State, and we have many products starting from rice, bee honey, dried bitter leaf, locust beans, that is a local spice, and a whole lot of other products. Our products are natural, free from chemical, and for our well-being.
Speaking further on the importance of the sector to the economy, the agric entrepreneurs believe that the need to focus on agriculture stems from the fact that the sector accounts for 70% of the people in the rural areas, the growing demand for food, and more importantly, about 44% of contributions of agriculture to Nigeria's gross domestic products.
Yes, as an ex-banker, I had the opportunity of doing imports, and some other things, but I have this burning in me because of late I noticed that there's a whole lot of health challenges. People no longer appreciate nature. We eat all processed food, left, right, and center. You see children, even adults, we are eating one processed food or the other, and the result of this is that we have a lot of health challenges.
Value Seeds has been scaling up its activity. In 2014, we were able to sell 5,000 metric tons of seeds to Nigerian farmers. This year already we have cultivated 2,000 metric tons we have cultivated 2,000 hectares of land to maize, dedicated another 2,000 hectares of land to rice, 300 hectares of land to soybeans, 150 hectares of land to cowpea. Combined production of another 50 hectares for groundnut and millet.
Mrs. Zenge and Mrs. Peters stressed that the transformation of agriculture will stimulate the growth of small and medium-sized industries that are known to be the engine room for economic growth, while confirming their firm's interest and performance.
So as far as I'm concerned, it's the only industry, that has the capacity, to employ, that have the capacity to address health and well-being, even food security. If care is not taken, as the African country, even the world at large, will run into problems growth of food in the next few years to come. So at Elanjo Foods, what's really inspired me is to provide solutions to all these problems that I've mentioned: our well-being, creating employment opportunities for our youths, empowering our women and farmers as a whole.
Well, indeed, our special report on agriculture will be continuing on Inside Business next week. And don't forget, this particular sector will be a major focus of Inside Business in 2016, as we're bent on talking about it so that Nigerian government could walk the talk and possibly to see how we could properly diversify. I'll tell you a little story later on, or possibly in the next edition of Inside Business. In the 1970s, where somewhere in Ondo State, cocoa was employing over 1,000 people just by a single investor, and I'll talk about that later on. But for now, when we come back right after this commercial break, we'll talk about the Institute for the Research Leadership Technologies Award platform and who got what. Stay with Inside Business. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Institute for Government Research and Leadership Technology recently presented the 2015 award series of its platform, and stakeholders in the industry, especially from all parts of Nigeria, came together to witness the presentation of awards to some of the major performers in the year 2015. And Inside Business reports. The Institute of Government Research Leadership Development honors outstanding leaders and businesses recently in Abuja with a call on all recipients to be good ambassadors of the Nigerian state.
Well, the thing that is very unique about SOTAP products is that, one, our products we do aluminium. Everybody does aluminium. But you know, actually, there's always a difference between what you call the Mercedes and the Volkswagen. And we are the Mercedes in the market, and the rest are the Volkswagen. You know, because as I said, the problems of cleaning of windows in Nigeria is actually a problem. If you need to clean your windows, you need to get a scaffold or get ladders if your house is not so high, and tell them they should clean. But with these windows, you can clean your windows yourself, either from the inside or the outside. So you can actually clean from the inside. You know what I mean? Just open your windows, take out the fly screen, and clean your windows, and they are perfect. They clean.
Which is fantastic. I'm with the best company, and I see us going farther and farther ahead in the near future.
We started in buying a little science equipment. From there, it grew to what is called today Hilton Group of Companies. Hilton Group of Companies comprises of Hilton Imports Limited, Hilton Petroleum, Hilton Pharmaceutical, Chibetin Nigeria Limited, Ohio Nigeria Limited, and so on and so forth.
According to the organizers, the prestigious awards are designed to celebrate excellence, creativity, and achievement of the businesses and entrepreneurs by rewarding outstanding performers across the various sectors of the economy. Among those honored with the prestigious award include SOTAP Industries Limited and Hilton Imports Limited. Speaking on the importance of the award to their firms and the joy of being recognized, Aisha Yusuf, the Managing Director of SOTAP Industry Limited, and Comrade Dikin Chukwuemeka Hillary Ogugwa confirmed their willingness to do more for the economy.
We are very excited, though this is not our very first award. We've gotten several awards before. Very exciting for us because it was not just about being the best aluminium fabricator or in terms of installation, but also in terms of innovations. Because right now in Nigeria, we are the only ones that have the crank operated casement window, you know, and that you can also have them with remote controls, and they are cranked open, and you can make the window as high as 2 meters, very high.
As I always say, it's an honor well deserved. We really deserve it. I'd like to give special kudos to my bosses for nothing else but their innovativeness. These are people who have not gotten comfortable. They understand the industry, they understand the market, that there are lots of competition, and they have been able to stay ahead of.
Well, I was happy because I was not even in town. I traveled. So when I came back, I saw a DHL. My secretary brought it to me. I opened it, and what I saw there was I was nominated to be the best laboratory engineering company in Nigeria. I said, best laboratory engineering company in Nigeria? Who, how, and when? Where are these people? So they then called us back and replied us that, okay, they send us what we have to do, and we get some shells and send back to them. So they replied and told us that soon they will give us the date of the award. I was not told, I was not informed about the award. So that day we went. In fact, I was so much happy, and my friends were so much happy. Hilton Import, because of the God's desire and design. From Adam Irregular Institute for Government Research.
Hilton Imports Limited emerged as the best laboratory company of the year 2015, and Comrade Dikin Chukwuemeka Hilary Ogugwa speaks on the essence of the award and the challenges it has thrown up for his firm and the management.
Before we do any supplies or deliveries to institutions of higher learning, tertiary institutions, agencies, Ministry of Education, universities, we'll ask them what kind of equipment we want, because we deal on a genuine equipment from a genuine manufacturers abroad, like the Europe, as I mentioned, now in Germany, like UK, like US, and we make sure we deliver to them the required equipment they need, and we follow it up by installing that particular equipment. We train them, we install them. You can see this last one there now. That's we installed that one in the University of Ilorin. We train them. These are all the staff there. They are the staff of University of Ilorin, and that equipment today is giving them a lot of revenue.
Speaking further on Hilton Imports Limited's performance and product portfolio, Comrade Ogugwa says the drive to make contribution to nation building attracted him to the business, which has made remarkable contribution to the economy in terms of employment and quality product presentations.
I read biochemistry, and when I finished my school, I decided not to work, but I worked briefly with John Holt Limited, Nigerian Limited. From there, I acquired a bit knowledge of the physical equipment you are seeing. What you read in the school is part of it, but in the field, you know exactly what the equipments are all about. Now, after that, I worked with a private organization. In fact, I was doing virtually almost everything in that company. So 2004, I decided to start our own after we have gotten our certificate of registration, which we registered in 1992.
Indeed, we want to say big congratulations to the Institute of Research and Leadership Technology Award recipient and also the organizers of that particular platform. And indeed, rewarding excellence is also part of motivating entrepreneurs. And I believe that particular platform has over the years motivated many investors and entrepreneurs to doing better. 2016 will be another year where we'll be focusing on some of those ones and researching on what they'll be doing. Talking about award, it's the CED Forum Award, the 19th edition, combined with the Inside Business Commendation Award. The 9th edition came together to talk about the agriculture and economic prosperity, and that was the theme of the event that took place recently in Lagos, where the recipient all that contributed to this issue of agriculture. Indeed, let's present the paper, and that was presented by the presenter, and then we'll move on to talk about who got what in terms of the award and the recipients. Rewarding outstanding performance. In recognition of their outstanding performance in 2015 and contributions to the growth of the nation's economy, CED Forum Award, a brand of CED Magazine and Inside Business Africa, hosted top players in the built environment and leading entrepreneurs in various sectors of the economy as the two brands present the 19th and the 9th annual events respectively. The event, which had at its theme agriculture and economic prosperity and had Mr. George Zange as the speaker, started with the presentation of a paper, and the guest speaker, who was represented by Barrister Jude Anibogu, spoke on the need for Nigeria to focus more on agriculture if the country must get out of the present economic predicaments.
Tonight is a particular honor for me. I am delighted to be part of these discussions with this select audience. My faith in change, that is positive change, the one that I have started evolving in Nigeria today is whole. It is complete and it is total. It is total in the sense that I believe in what the present administration is striving to do. We must have it at the back of our minds that no change happens without pains. and definitely not without sacrifices. Inside Business Commendation Award is a laudable occasion that brings together key stakeholders in a sector to discuss issues of national importance. The organizers have been consistent, and this is the 19th in a row, I believe. This is the 19th they are organizing. Thank you very much. The Commendation Award tonight has shown the sense aligning with the pulse of the nation. The night promises to be not only an opportunity to unwind, but one that will stimulate discussions on the way forward for Nigeria as regards agriculture. I am happy to be here, just as I'm always happy to be where the progress of Nigeria is discussed and planned. We are focusing on agriculture right now. After that, we'll go into aviation. Everywhere you go these days, you hear voices in support of agriculture as a key non-oil sector that governments at all levels should give priority to. The voice of people, they say, is the voice of God. The history of every developed country shows sustainable sophistication and sufficiency in food and livestock production. Agriculture, without a doubt, is a catalyst for development. In the early years, we saw how agriculture positioned Nigeria among countries that are today classified as developed. Then it was a common sight in the north to have pyramids made of granules alone, stacks of bags of granules. Now you don't see them anymore. Then Cocoa Nigeria was one of the biggest exporters of cocoa. Now, nothing like that anymore. In the early years, we saw how agriculture positioned Nigeria among countries that are today classified as developed. To decide to look at our crop now as refillable is the best of all decisions and dispositions. Future studies have revealed enormous positives for Nigeria going forward. A healthy increase in population, a growing and prospering middle class, a youthful population that is more disposed to agricultural pursuits and not everything oil.
Against the backdrop of the presentation, discussants, including the Managing Director of Howard Consultants Limited, Alabo Charles David Chasil, spoke on the need for the country to walk the talk, especially on the agriculture sector.
Do we need to start teaching agriculture in the elementary school and the secondary school so that children can grow up having a flair of education for family? I think we need to do that because how are they going to apply these new technologies that we're working on? So there is need to train the farmers, particularly the farmers' children. And then you also mentioned about research. I knew many years ago, I used to work for Nigeria Development Authority. They had farms at Remandi. What are those farms now today? If you see the monumental fraud that was going on in those business authorities, tell me, where are the extension workers who would go and teach these farmers how to produce these various crops? The ministries are all there. So if we need to improve farming in this country, we must make sure that we have an effective and efficient Ministry of Agriculture to support the farmers.
Well, indeed, congratulations to all of them that came away with some awards at that particular event. And indeed, the 19th edition of the Construction and Engineering Digest Forum Award, it started several years ago, and the 9th edition of the IBCA. Indeed, these platforms have rewarded excellence and will continue to do that as we move along. Also in 2016, watch out, you might be the next recipient. And with that, we'll come to the end of today's edition of Inside Business Africa. Thank you again for watching. And indeed, we want to say congratulations to all of us that have made it throughout the 2015 and are looking forward to enjoying 2016, doing business the way we know how to do it better. Thanks for watching.